Welcome to the Oiler Wrap-Up, talking with Oiler head coach Charlie Ernst. Oilers unfortunately fall 81-78 at Kentucky Wesleyan, find themselves at 1-5 on the season. First off, Coach, go to the beginning. You shuffled that starting lineup a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some injuries, and we're still trying to figure ourselves out, obviously. And, so we're just kind of going with the hot hand right now, and at least until we figure it out.
Both teams with a bit of a slow start, but KWC got up running first. They led it 8-2, but then you guys found some rhythm and stormed back and took a lead. It was good to see.
Yeah, I mean, as I've said all year, our team's got a lot of fight. I mean, we're probably the best 1-5 team in the country. It doesn't feel very good, I can tell you that. But, we've had a chance to win about every game we've played in. But, some games we get off to good starts and we kind of go blah in the middle, and other games we struggle to get off to good starts. Tonight's game was probably somewhere in the middle, but, I don't know. It's good to see us fight back. It's on the road. I know our team's extremely fatigued right now, but man, we put a lot into this game tonight. It's one very empty feeling right now.
You guys were able to assert yourselves physically in the post during much of that first half and really take advantage, but and other times not so much.
Boy, that's a work in progress. Especially as small as they were, you figure we could have probably really did some damage down there. But, Nate's our best low post player, and he's not 100% right now, and that certainly doesn't help. I mean, he would have had a big advantage in both games, and I thought he still played well tonight, but probably if he were fully healthy, he could have probably done even more damage. They went small and kind of forced us to play small as well. Maybe we had a hard time playing bigger because we weren't getting enough by playing bigger, and that's kind of how the game goes. You'd like to dictate the terms of the game, but if you're not getting anything by playing big, there's no point in doing that. You're better off trying to match up with them.
41-34, you guys are in front at the half. What was the conversation points in the locker room, Coach?
I think just reminders, we kind of knew what their offense was going to be. I mean, we worked on it yesterday in practice, and just kind of reminded them the keys, what keys we had. I thought we did a poor job in the second half at a key time of locating their best shooters. We had a hard time defending through the shot clock. They made us guard multiple possessions right down to the last 5 seconds of the shot clock. And that's part of the game, and that's give them credit. They had the discipline to do that, and I don't know, we had some fouls late in the shot clock, some ill-advised ones. It's one of those games, Tim, where you come up with about, 5, 6, 7 things that went on either in the last few minutes or throughout the game that you just feel like, boy, that cost us. But that's what happens when you lose close games.
Beginning of the second half was a real tug of war. Each team kind of making mini runs back and forth each other. It was almost like prize fighters throwing big swings back and forth at each other.
Well, we both understood, even though this is a November conference game, the significance, and we played, I felt like, with a sense of urgency most of the game. I felt like we had maybe a 5-6 minute stretch in the second half, or maybe, we just, probably that technical got them going a little bit. Obviously we missed both free throws on the technical, which, man, that's a stinger. I don't know, but our guys answered shot after shot coming down the stretch. I mean, it was back and forth, and we just couldn't get any stops. And, even when we got stops, we'd foul them, and then they'd go to the line and make free throws. So just a really disappointing way to lose a game that we led most of the way.
You kind of touched on this a moment ago. You move into that final 8 minutes. Things got very physical and kind of ragged on both ends of the floor for both teams. And But with that, also, both teams had some big shots they hit down the stretch as well.
Boy, we had a lot of guys make big shots. I mean, it was, like I say, it was back and forth. It just, gosh, we just couldn't get a stop when we needed it. And, that was, and I will give them credit. Kennedy Miles came into tonight's game. I think he had made 1 or 2 threes the entire season coming into this game, and he made 5 of 7 tonight. So, and a couple of those were really tough shots. And, but that's what really good players do when the game's on the line, and they find ways to get it done. And man, I felt like we had some guys step up on offense, but we got to get stops in those situations, and we just couldn't do it. We just could not do it. And you can't call timeouts all the time to get the right lineup on the floor. And I was down to 1 timeout in the last 7 minutes of the game. So whoever we had in on offense was going to have to play defense. And, that was tough. I mean, there was some possessions. I wish we'd had a different lineup on the floor, but that's the way it goes. And this is college basketball, and to be a good team, we got to have guys that can play both ends.
Rough stretch, as you said, to open the season here, Coach, but your team's battled in each and every contest. You just have to keep on battling. You got to figure it's going to turn at some point.
Yeah, boy, if we had any luck at all, it'd be bad luck. That's for sure. But we gotta find a way. I mean, we got to dig deep, all of us, and find a way. And I'm just like I said at the outset of this interview, I'm just a very empty feeling right now. I think we're all very disappointed in the outcome of the game. We're disappointed where we're at this point in the season, and but no one's feeling sorry for us. So we go back to work. Guys focus on finals this week. We try to focus on our team and get better and have another big one on Saturday.
Well, we appreciate your time, Coach. We know it's not easy after one like that, and we'll talk to you next week when you guys get back home.
All right.
Thanks, Tim.
You've been listening to Oiler Wrap Up on Oiler Athletics.